What's going on, everyone? I know I'm super late on this, but this is going to be my first impressions on NieR Automata. Or is it Automata? Or Automata? I'm not really sure. I've heard it said 3-4 different ways, so I call it Automata, so I hope you guys don't get mad at me if I'm saying it wrong. But this game I've been anticipating for a while. I've actually had it in the plastic for about 2 months, maybe more, just waiting there for me to get a chance to play it. I was trying to get some other games just sort of done and finished. That way I can have my undivided attention to this game because I knew I was going to like things about it. I knew that this could potentially be a game of the year for me just based on what I knew about it, based on the soundtrack. By the way, I got to mention that this is going to be soundtrack of the year. I can't see anything else topping it. The music in this game is just incredible. I've actually been listening to the soundtrack long before I even started the game. I've been listening to it at work, I've been listening to it at the gym, and there were a few tracks in there that I just fell in love with. So I always imagined how they would play out in the game. If they were going to be during boss battles, if they were going to be during downtime in the game. I just had to imagine it at that point. So to actually be playing the game and seeing boss fights with my favorite tracks has just been amazing. I think it's really added to the experience. The robot in the red dress, for example, just mind-blowingly good. Like, I just had the best time fighting this boss and I couldn't get enough of it. So yeah, the soundtrack just so good in this game. That's definitely a pro. I'm gonna list just a few pros and cons about it so far because I'm only about maybe 13 hours into the game. I started midway through last week and I've just been putting as much time as I could. Sometimes can't put it down because it's just kind of one of those games where you do one mission, then it leads to another, and before you know it, it's been 2-3 hours and you're still having a good time. NieR Automata definitely has that potential. The only time I felt like it didn't was when I got stuck, and a lot of it has to do with the map. I feel like the map is just definitely the worst part about the game so far. I am not liking this map. It can be very confusing and frustrating just trying to get somewhere. And I went into this game with that mindset of like, okay, I look on the map, I see a mark that I have to go to, and I'm going to go to it, thinking that's what I have to do next. And that's not always necessarily true in this game. Sometimes you're not ready to go there. Sometimes you don't know a specific move to get on top of a building or something like that. So you can't necessarily go to everything right away. And that was the mistake I made. And then also I didn't know I had to go back to the bunker at one point to continue the main missions and continue the story. So I was very confused. I was just on the map just trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next? I don't know what I'm doing. For a good maybe 2 hours, I was really stuck. And so once I realized I go to the bunker, I continue the story, then it picked up again. So I've had some frustrating kind of times during this game just because of the map and it not really holding your hand. Because, I mean, it really doesn't at times. And maybe I'm missing things. Maybe I'm not reading the text fully and things like that. But I felt like, man, it's really up to me to kind of figure out, okay, what do I need to do next? And the map did not help. So yeah, I just want to say that the big con in this game is the map. Just the way it's designed, it's very frustrating and confusing. So that's pretty much the big con that I have in this game. When it comes to anything else, as far as anything I don't like, I have a difficult time reaching and trying to find things I don't like. Because like I said, the soundtrack's amazing. The combat is a huge pro in this game. It's very, very nice. It's smooth. And I enjoy the combat a lot. Sometimes I'm fighting something and I'm pressing buttons and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but it looks cool. It looks like I'm having all these combinations of things. And I just figure, hey, maybe I'm doing something right because it looks awesome. So yeah, the combat is definitely a pro in this game. The bosses so far have been really awesome. I fought about 3 or 4, I guess if you include the tutorial. Or the demo, I guess. If you guys played the demo, that's sort of what opens up the game. That's another boss, so I'd say I fought about 4. And they've been really awesome. Of course, the music just adds to it and makes it more epic. The characters I also like, 2B, which is my character, and then 9S. I like the dynamic between them. They're always chatting it up. They're always talking about things. You get to learn a little bit about them. And then also the robots that you interact with, and they kind of make up this world. 9S and 2B are noticing that they're starting to have a lot of personality. Like there's a lot going on with these robots. They have relationships. They have connections with other robots. And they talk about it like, hey, do you think this is a thing? Like, are these robots more human than we think? Or what's going on? So that's very interesting. I enjoy that. Even the little side missions I'm enjoying. And that's a big thing for me in an open world game. If I'm enjoying the side missions, that's kind of a big thing. So that's a huge pro. What else can I talk about? Just the whole story and everything that's happening. You know, sometimes I'm not really sure what exactly is happening, but from my perspective and what I'm seeing with the characters and the robots and how it's all kind of going down, I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the pacing of it. I feel like I'm in control in a way as far as like what I'm choosing to do first or last, but at the same time, I'm still continuing this story and I don't feel completely disconnected from it. It's not to the point where it's like just side missions or it's just story. I'm kind of mixing both and I'm balancing it very well. And so it's keeping me entertained throughout the whole time I'm playing. And so, you know, the game overall, I'm enjoying it a lot. Like I said, I don't like the map. Other than that, I'm trying to think of more things I don't like. Like I said, it's hard. Maybe it'll come to me as I'm finishing up this video, but so far I'm really enjoying the game. Just aside from that 2 hour or so time where I was just completely stuck and frustrated. Aside from that, I've had a good time playing this game and I highly recommend it. Like I'm gonna keep playing it. We'll see what happens, you know, when I beat it. You know, things can change. Obviously, that's why you should, you know, play as much as you can before, you know, kind of giving your inputs. Because if I would have did a first impressions after the like maybe 2-3 hours, I would have been like, man, this game's phenomenal. The bosses are crazy. This might be the game of the year. Like, this is so good. And then if I did it after, you know, I had that moment where I was really frustrated, I would have been more down on the game. I would have been like, man, I'm not feeling it right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm stuck. I am frustrated. So for me, putting in more than 10, 12 hours was, I think, the best thing to do, even though it's just first impressions, because I've had different emotions going through this game. Like I said, I was frustrated, but then at times I was really just into it, you know, with the bosses and the music and the combat and stuff like that. So I've kind of experienced a bunch of different things and it gives me more perspective and, you know, it gives me more of a position to be like, okay, I like this, I don't like that, and so on and so forth. So like I said, the map, bad, combat, good, music, amazing, bosses, amazing, and the characters I like, story, I like it, and just everything in the world feels, even though it's like some kind of futuristic, like robotic, apocalyptic looking world, it still feels like there's a lot of life because of the robots and their little personalities and how they talk. And it's pretty interesting, you know, just seeing how they all interact and how they feel because they're robots and they're feeling things. So it's like, this is interesting. So yes, I'm enjoying the game so far. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Thanks for watching. If you have beat this game or you're playing this game, let me know how you feel about it. Or if you're just interested in the game, let me know. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.